Welcome back to my channel and time for another beer review. This is by Dogfish Head Brewing out of Milton, Delaware. They've been around since 1995. Namaste White, Belgian style Witbier. A Witbier literally means white beer. There's the bottle. Of course, the dogfish head and orange on it, which is accurate to the style. And the name of the beer. That's about it. According to the website, it came out in 2009. There's a little bit of detail here on the bottle, and there's even more on the website. I'll read both. Our Belgian white ale brewed with dried orange, flesh, and peel. That's an interesting way to word it. Fresh cut lemongrass, a bit of coriander, peppercorns, a healthy dose of good karma. That's what's reading right there. Not a lot. The story from the website is quite a bit longer. On a quest to brew a Witbier chock full of flavor, Namaste White digs deep into our culinary roots using ingredients of dried organic orange slices, fresh cut lemongrass, peppercorns, and a bit of coriander for a refreshing and sessionable experience. A twist on the usual Witbier, complex in its aroma, simultaneously refreshing and contemplative. With notes of orange and subtle coriander, you'll find flavors of citrus and sweet malt with a slightly spicy finish for zesty mouthfeel. Originally brewed in tribute to our friends at 3 Fonteinen, I'm not sure, brewery in Belgium after a devastating setback to their business in 2009, Namaste White is a Witbier bursting with good karma. It is available all year round. The bottle cost me $2. Generally, they have Pilsner malt, wheat malt, and there may be something else for such as head retention or to add additional flavors to it. The base Pilsner malt gives fermentable sugars and can also give a toasted flavor, a little bit of sweetness. Sometimes you have bread or cracker out of it. Wheat malt gives a wheat flavor and some sweetness and will also cause beer to be a little bit hazy. There could be something like a carapils to increase body and head retention. There could be something like a biscuit malt or a melanoid, something to give more bready flavors. With a true Belgian style, the hops generally follow the noble variety, such as a Hallertau or Tettnanger. They could be something else, and being this is an American version, it could be anything. The yeast would definitely be something Belgian style. There are some that really show the orange and coriander. The orange and coriander is what makes a Belgian wit the style that it is. It gives it that flavor. For the aroma, they say citrus and cloves with subtle coriander notes. Sounds about right. For the flavor, balance of citrus and sweet malt notes with slightly spicy finish. The citrusy is, of course, from the orange peel. The sweet malt would be the Pilsner and the wheat. And then the spicy finish is most likely the hops. This is 4.8% alcohol, 20 IBU. Belgian wit beers are usually an orangish color. Could be cloudy or clear, but usually I find them cloudy. The most noticeable flavor should be the orange, followed with a little bit of coriander, some sweetness from the malt, and potentially some other fruit notes in the citrusy. These are usually medium body. That's pretty common. Belgian wits are an ale. I've never seen one that's a lager. Straw color, a little bit of a golden tint to it, not much. Bright and clear, which I was not expecting that. I really anticipated being cloudy. Almost no carbonation. There's the occasional bubble coming up, but very little. Paper thin head. The tiny bit that was there was gone so fast. There's no sediment on the bottom, as you can tell. There's no particles floating in it. In order to get that clear appearance, they probably used a higher flocculating yeast, cold crashed the fermenter once it was done fermenting. Most likely use some kettle findings or cake findings like Irish moss, royal flock. See how clear and bright that is? You can just totally see my fingers on the other side. Wow. I get some soft orange peel, tickling and teasing my nose. I do get a little bit of spice in there. That may be the coriander. I'm not real good with that one. A little bit of sweetness in the aroma too. That is most likely from the wheat malt, maybe the Pilsner malt. I really like that orange peel tickling, teasing my nose, and that other little spicy, fruity notes in there. They're really pleasant. It opens up, but largely just covers the bottom of my mouth. A very light, thin film of flavor. I get some light orange peel in there, very faint, followed with a light amount of citrus notes in it, followed by a subtle sweetness. I believe those sweet notes are coming from the malt, not the hops. They don't stick around very long. In fact, almost immediately they start evaporating. It tastes between light, getting closer to medium body. I'm getting subtle spiciness now in the roof of my mouth. It's pretty light though. I wouldn't think it's a peppercorn. This tastes more like a hop spiciness. There may be a slight malty backbone they're trying to peek out. I get some orange followed by a little bit of a citrusy and then followed by a little bit of sweetness. All these flavors are so soft and light. This beer is not hoppy at all. I don't get bread or biscuit. I'm not really noticing any other fruits besides that orange peel. There are no candy notes in this, nothing caramel, anything of the sort. I don't get anything herbal or earthy, piney. Coriander is something I've never been good at picking up, but I'm not tasting anything that tastes like a seed in there. Tastes like it's getting close to style. Unfortunately, those flavors they describe are just so light, they're so faint. The mouth feels a little thin and kind of watery. I'm sure this is a simple recipe. I would be surprised if there's more than 2 malts in this. Probably just a couple of hops. They're definitely relying on the orange peel and coriander. There's not a lot of character in this beer. There's really no complexity to it. Just open up my mouth. Spiciness is hitting the top there, and the very light orange and subtle citrusy is covering the bottom. I do get a little bit of zest in there this time. Citrus has really taken a back seat out of the bottle. The flavors don't stick around long at all. They dissipate very quickly and there are no residual flavors. It tastes closer to medium body out of the bottle. I'm noticing even more subtle orange peel and citrusy notes. The malty character, the backbone, is even more subtle. In fact, if I wasn't looking for it, I probably wouldn't notice it. That subtle sweetness, I'm sure, is coming from the Pilsner and the wheat malt. No candy notes, no other fruity notes other than the orange and maybe a little bit of citrus in there. Still not tangy, no earthy herbal pine notes. This is not hoppy or bitter at all. All the flavors I noticed out of this are even more subtle out of the bottle. I was getting a little bit more citrusy and malty notes out of the glass I don't get out of the bottle. It still tastes kind of thin and watery. Simple recipe, not a lot of malts used in it, not much character. Between the bottle and the glass, they don't taste the same, but they're pretty similar. The flavors were a little more pronounced out of the glass, more restrained out of the bottle. I don't notice any diacetyl, any skunk from the bottle, chemical like acetone paint thinner, no astringency, which would be like sucking on a tea bag, no hot fusel alcohols in it, no rotten fruit, band-aids, plastic, paper. Will I buy this again? Perhaps occasionally. There's nothing that really stands out about it. It's very basic. Will I recommend it? I would, but if this is your first Belgian style wit beer, I wouldn't take this as what they all taste like. I think it's below average. It's one of the most bland, basic Belgian style wit beers I've ever had. Unfortunately, it kind of failed my expectations. I know Dogfish Head has a good reputation, they've been around for a long time, make good quality beer, but I just don't think they did a very good job with this beer. Dogfish Head Brewing out of Milton, Delaware, Namaste White Belgian style wit beer or white ale. If you have any comments, feedback, suggestions, or questions about beer, send me a message. That's all for this review. If you liked this video and found it informative, please like it and subscribe. Cheers! First of all, where the hell are they? It's just such a tickle of tease, like some women are. If you liked this video and found it, that's all for this review. Okay, yeah, yeah.